The goal of this series is to show you all the steps of the design process that was involved in making our gripper. Here is a map that you can follow for your personal project. At this stage, we have already assumed you have a clue of what you want to build. So next, we are going to be researching and coming up with ideas. At this stage, it is very important to know your background information, come up with unique solutions, and then evaluate your ideas. The best thing you can do throughout a personal project is use it as a learning experience and record your progress from start to finish. I call this making a research document, where you log all of your work you have done starting off with your research. That being said, you can think of this as keeping a journal or even design notes. What is important to consider is how you are going to record your progress. This can be done using a notebook or even digitally. You should choose a method that is easy to do, easy to reference, easy to edit, and easy to share. I personally went digital for my project, as I knew there would be lots of editing, and I wanted to link my resources and collaborate. Check out my separate video showing you how I made this digital document. So what should you put in your research document? I would record both my creative ideas and the background knowledge behind them. What is most obvious is that you need a place to record all of your designs, but sometimes this can start slow and you will need to look for inspiration. I would recommend to explore everything from products to books or videos that relate to your design. But on the technical side, I would recommend to start from the ground up and don't be afraid to record every new concept you learn. For my gripper design, I looked at products of grippers used in manufacturing firms and even toys that were sold in hobby shops. I read lots of books on more technical concepts, such as how motors and gears work, and watched videos of people attempting similar projects, so I had an idea of what I could make too. Step 2 would be to make sense of your findings. You should connect all of your research together and start categorizing things. When it comes to your inspiration and designs, group similar ideas together, and when dealing with your background knowledge, use titles and subheadings to organize the content. You can see how I related concepts by using titles and headings in my research document simply through my table of contents. When it came to organizing my ideas, I sketched out each gripper design and physically organized them into groups based on their common mechanism. Once you have some ideas and background knowledge on what you want to make, the next step is to evaluate your solutions and figure out which one you are going to go with. I like to evaluate my designs by using a pros, cons, and notes chart. Here is how this chart works. In the first column, I have an image and a description of my design. I then talk about what I liked and what I disliked about it. But the most important section is this notes part. Here I write whatever commentary I think is necessary, but I specifically comment on each of the cons and provide solutions to them, which can help improve my design. Step 4 would be to choosing your design. I found this to be very discouraging because it was hard sticking to one idea when I had so many promising solutions, but what my decision came down to was simplicity. Based on my constraints, such as the amount of time I had to work on this project, a simple solution would eventually become complex. But now that I have everything recorded, I can always go back and make another one. Out of all the mechanisms and type of grippers I found during my research, I settled on having a gear-driven gripper, where one gear would be directly connected to the motor, which drove the other gear. The motor could then rotate clockwise or counterclockwise to close and open the jaws.